So my name is Jermaine Taylor. I was drafted 2009 to the Houston Rockets. I come from a small town, single mother, no father. And I just remember really just, if I'm being honest, sitting in my room one day and I was struggling. And I dropped to my knees and I asked God just to send me somewhere. I didn't want to be here anymore. And the next day I walked into my classroom and one of my best friends walked up to me and he was like, "Hey, you're tall, you want to play basketball?" And I was like, "Yep." And I believe that God used that to save my life because I really don't know where I would be right now without basketball. That process was probably one of the most exciting times in my life. I went straight from, I think, the conference tournament, and then I went and played in the Reese's All-Star game. I ended up getting MVP of that. And then I was invited to Portsmouth, and I led Portsmouth in scoring. And then before Portsmouth, I think I had maybe 4 NBA workouts. But after Portsmouth, I had 21 NBA workouts. And it just really took off from there. So one of the craziest things was it got to the 19th pick, and everybody thought I was going to get picked. So they cut all the lights off and they put the camera on me. So it's like kind of put me on the spot. And then I didn't get picked. So I was like, oh my goodness. So that was kind of like embarrassing a little bit. And then I'm sitting there and it's like right before I get picked. And my uncle, I don't know, he's just guessing. He goes, "Oh, you're about to get picked right now." So the lights went off again. I'm like, oh my goodness, now it's going to happen twice. But it just so happened that they called my name this time. It was a lot of emotions going. And I was just ready to get to that next chapter and see what's next for me. So I was with the Rockets and I wasn't getting a lot of playing time, and I asked them if they could put me in the D League just so I can get, just so I can play. So they put me in the D League. I scored 29, then 26, and then they called me back up. And then they put me back down like a couple days later, and I had another good game. And then they called me up for my first NBA start. So I found out earlier that day that I will be starting my first NBA game against Kobe Bryant. There's never been a time where I've stepped on the court and I didn't feel like I was the best. I don't care who's on the court. That's just how I've always played. I get what the NBA is saying. I get what everyone's saying. I get he's Kobe, he's this, he's that. But you have to show me. Like that was my mindset. You have to show me that. Like I have to see it for myself. And I went out with that mentality and I didn't back down. And I had a career high. I know one of them has to be, he asked me, he called me during the summertime and asked me if I would come down to Winter Haven, where he's from, and play in this tournament with him. So for me, that was big just because, it's Tracy McGrady, one of the guys who I looked up to playing this game. He's calling my phone and asking me to come play with him in the tournament. So that was pretty exciting. And that year, we just so happened to go to China, and Yao Ming did the same thing. He takes everybody out, showing us China, went to the Great Wall. In the NBA, everyone's not the same. So you have your Kobe Bryants, and then you have the others, you know what I mean? Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, these are guys who are gonna be legends, gonna go down in the Hall of Fame. So for me, that was crazy.